We're at Honey Beauty Supply in South Korea, located near the Pyeongtaek camp, the Camp Humphreys military base. I think that the only reason why I've been able to survive in Korea for 11 years is that I have a very clear perspective of why I'm here. For example, if you think of it, I'm an immigrant here. If you think of being an immigrant in America, I think we see them as very focused on their goal for being in America. I've always been very focused on my goal of why I'm in Korea, which is to...
Welcome to the Melanated Files. In this series, we highlight and share the stories of Black people from across the globe. Remember to subscribe to this channel for weekly videos and also follow us on social media for regular updates. Let's get into the interview.
My name is Jessica Fry, and I'm from Michigan, Ann Arbor, Michigan. I was ready to just change my life in some way. I came to Korea 11 years ago, and America was going through like a recession. So I wasn't, my career was just not as exciting as I wanted it to be. So I read a blog about Korea that you could come here and teach English and you would be provided with room and board. So I thought, okay, this is the way that I'm going to be able to save for a business. So that's why I came here.
All right, so you came as an English teacher at first?
Yes.
Okay, and what made you transition into business?
Actually I studied international business. That's my degree, so I always was on that path. But so what I was doing is I was just teaching day and night and just saving, and I was just saving money for whenever I was going to start my business. I didn't know what I would start. And then someone just mentioned to me actually that the Pyeongtaek area where my businesses are located would be a booming business in the future. So booming neighborhood, so I should try to get in early, and that's kind of what I did. We're at Honey Beauty Supply in South Korea, located near the Pyeongtaek camp, the Camp Humphreys military base.
All right, so this is a store, guys. We're going inside for a quick tour.
Yes. So our store is unique because we offer, we like to cater to natural hair as well as fashion items for protective styling. We have a lot of things like fresh aloe, sage, just everything that you may need in Korea, but you can't find it easily. We also have our own line of natural oils that people love. And so we just have a combination of beauty and natural healthcare.
You told me that about a common misconception that people say Asians don't shop with us. You want to talk about that? Well,
yes. Well, we have really cool jewelry and makeup. And so a lot of Asians will shop in our store even though they know that we're Black owned, and they have no problem shopping with us if we have cool things that they like. And they actually like to buy some of the Afrocentric things like head wraps and dashikis. We've sold a lot of dashikis to Asian people that are really interested in our culture, and I think that sometimes we think that they're not interested in learning about our culture. So.
All right, so do you want to show us the swimwear?
Yes. And so we've recently added a fashion side. I had an opportunity to expand the store, so I decided to do fashion on this side. And I started with swimsuits because some of you may know that Korea is a very modest country, and so it's very difficult to find really hot bathing suits. As well, if you have a different body type than Koreans, then it would be very difficult to find a bathing suit that will look nice on your body type. So that's why I decided to do this. And it's actually going very well. People are very happy. And it's always nice to make women feel beautiful. So, yeah, nice. Yeah. And this kind of store, we set it up for very cheap. We did everything ourselves. We put the wood up ourselves. We put the pictures up ourselves. So, you know, you don't think that you need a lot of money to start in business. We also have a lot of men's items. And actually, men have become one of my best customers. And I think men get neglected a lot as far as their skin and health and skin and hair. So men have been really a great customer.
Right, so now we're on our way to the restaurant.
Yes.
Right, so,
Yes.
yeah.
And
JJ,
so just across the street, we opened our own restaurant as well. And so because there was no good food in the area at that time when I opened the hair store. So this is JJ's American Diner. This diner is a carbon copy of a diner found in Michigan. So sometimes people, if they're from California or New York, you may think, what is this? But this is what we love in the Midwest, you know, just very simple food, actually. So yeah, this is our diner. We try to make it fun and it like bring our personality. Me and my husband love Marvel and we love, yes, that's my husband. So you can see like we're characters. So our diner is different because it has a lot of our personality in the decor. You can see a lot of Iron Man and just a lot of cool little things that we like. And the menu is a little bit more deluxe than a regular diner back home. And I love booths, so I put all booths in here. Like, so everything about the restaurant is really like our own personality, you know?
All right, nice.
Yeah.
So like, what are some of the stuff that you have here, like you sell?
Oh, okay. So we tried to have actually like a 6-page menu. So we have everything from just basic wings and burgers. Actually, we have a great burger though, wings and burgers, to pastas, and then we have a full breakfast menu all day with omelets, pancakes, French toast, things like that. Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah. Mimosas on the weekend. I started the hair store 6 years ago, and then when I started the hair store, I had to be in my shops day and night, and I basically had nothing to eat. So I realized that there wasn't really any food in the neighborhood. So that's when I started the diner about 5 years ago.
Okay, so were you teaching at the same time, or you left teaching completely and started the store out?
I did teach for the first 3 years, so that I was able to live off my teaching salary and I was able to put every dime back that I made in the business back into the business. So I was actually a professor at Pyeongtaek University, and that profession allowed me to build a business at the same time, because as a professor, you have courses, you will not teach your courses every day. So I was only teaching 3 days a week, and professors get about 5 months vacation. So then I was able to build my business and have a salary at the same time. Right now, I actually took, okay, I'll try to stay on track. I kind of go off the cuff.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so for example, I was teaching part-time at Samsung, teaching businessmen at Samsung. And I'm actually leaving that job on Monday because my future ambition is to be able to travel to China, travel to LA, and develop products. So different product lines that are associated with the beauty industry, such as my first product line will be satin pillowcases and flat irons, things like that. So I'll be traveling to China and visiting the factories and developing my own product lines, because I feel like, for some reason, I feel like that is real business, having your own products and things like that. So that's kind of my future.
Oh, so you're actually working simultaneously for someone else while you're doing your business?
I'm always doing that. I don't know why. Because, you know, actually being in Korea for 11 years, recruiters send me jobs like almost every day. And then this last job, it just was at a great time during the day, so I took it.
We're going to come back to the business a little bit, but let's get through some of these questions.
Okay.
What do you like the most about Korea?
I like that I can live in peace. I like that, yeah, I have a sense of freedom in Korea. There's crime, but it's just, I feel free. There's not a lot of police officers. So I just feel like, I feel like a free adult. Like if you live in Korea and you're doing the right thing, no one will bother you. That's why I like Korea.
All right. What do you like the least about Korea?
That I'm a bigger woman and I can't freely shop in a country that's where all the stores cater to Asian body types. So, and that's one motivation for my businesses, is that I cater to women that are in my position. I just did everything step by step. So I think I looked online for the steps to open a business, and well, actually my first step is I just walked around the neighborhood and looked for an available space. And then I figured out how to apply for a business license, and then I just bought the products and set up. Yeah. So for me, it wasn't difficult because I think I didn't make it difficult in my head.
Is it usually difficult for foreigners to like set up shop?
Oh, sorry, that's a missing element. My husband is Korean. Yeah, my husband is Korean, so that gives me similar benefits to a citizen.
Okay,
So, yeah, that's why. Yeah.
Okay. So you think that makes it easier than, of course, a foreigner, right?
Yes, if you were a foreigner, you would have to go through all kinds of visa steps, and you would have to have investments in Korean banking system and things like that.
So how has it been so far?
It's been a positive and a negative experience. The positive experience is that everyone rallies behind me. Everyone is actually very kind to me, and as I've grown, because as I make mistakes, people are not very hard on me, and they allow me to fix it. The difficult part is that I look like a business that's just like back home, but I'm actually an international business, and so the prices are a little bit expensive because it's an international business, but I think it confuses people because it looks just like shops from back home. So they want the prices to be the same. Yeah.
Okay, so I understand that there's an online component.
Yes.
Talk about that a little bit.
I actually was almost forced to open online because the location of the store is very remote, and there are English teachers in every city of South Korea, so they want to be able to order, they want to be able to have access to the products without traveling 2 hours, 4 hours. So I had to put up the website as soon as possible, as soon as we opened, and I would say that half of the sales come from the website.
Any advice for people that are looking to open a business in the future, maybe, that might be intimidated?
Okay. I built my confidence from working for other people. Before I ever opened my own business, I was able to juggle 3-4 jobs at one time, and I was able to manage money before I ever opened my own business. I was able to save. There was a time in my life where I was saving maybe almost $3,000 a month, and so that takes discipline. Where you can get you have the discipline to have a lot of money in your hands and do the right thing with it. You know, you're not going shopping, or you're not just doing something that's not productive with your money. And then you have to have these kind of skills before you open a business. That's what I'm saying. Build those skills even way before you even open a business.
What's the biggest lesson you've learned in life so far?
To never give up. I know that sounds cliche, but people will, I can't say people, you will always get feedback from people to tell you to stop what you're doing, that you're doing too much. Because for me, for example, I'm always doing something new, and it confuses people because people like to put you in a box, such as you are a hair store owner, and then they'll see me selling swimsuits. Now they're like, what kind of shop is it? Is it a swimsuit shop, or is it? I sell anything that I want to sell, you know, and so just never give up, and just believe in yourself, and never think of yourself as smaller than you are. Yeah, that's the biggest lesson.
What's the best life advice you've received overall?
The best life advice?
Yes.
I just said this to first thing that comes to mind. Businesses have a lot of ups and downs, and one thing that my sister once said to me was that the only person that can put you out of business is yourself. And so that made me really take responsibility for my life and my business, and never care about outside influences as much. Yeah. I think that the only reason why I've been able to survive in Korea for 11 years is that I have a very clear perspective of why I'm here. For example, if you think of it, I'm an immigrant here. If you think of being an immigrant in America, I think we see them as very focused on their goal for being in America. I've always been very focused on my goal of why I'm in Korea, which is to generate wealth for myself. So if you're able to stay focused on that, then your feelings will not be as hurt when you feel discriminated against, or you feel like someone is laughing at you because you have darker skin, or you're not being, like, for example, I go into an interviewing knowing there's a chance that the company will not like me because I'm black. But I actually have been able to be very successful in spite of that, and actually use what I have, use my my personality or use that extra spark that I think a lot of Black people, we feel like we have, use that to become more successful, and like don't water it down or don't be ashamed of it. I think I don't try to act like something that I'm not. I don't try to act like I'm Korean. I don't try to act like I'm like a super educated, So I just I just be myself, and it's gotten me very far.
What do you think is the general attitude towards Black people in South Korea?
I think that South Koreans are very influenced by the media. So whatever you see in the media, that's how they see us. If they see only gangsters in the movies, then they will only see us as gangsters. If they see us as uneducated in movies, they will only see us as uneducated. But the best part about South Koreans is that if you sit down and you build a relationship with them, their mind is easily changed. They're not going to hold you to that. Even if you prove that you're the best person in the world, they will say, "Wow, you are the best person I've ever met." And I think that's one beautiful thing about, if I can speak about Koreans in general, is that they may stereotype you in the beginning, but they're easily swayed by just interacting with you. I only speak Korean as far as money, counting money, and ordering food. Honestly, when I first came here and I had just one job, I studied at a Korean academy at night, so I can read fine and I can speak some Korean, honestly, but after 6 months, I hit the ground running with just having jobs 12 hours a day. So that's the only reason I haven't studied. And I know it's a poor excuse by some people's account, but I really do work 12 to 16 hours a day. How do I take care of my hair? The fortunate thing is I live near the military base, so we have the amenities as if we were in America around here. And a lot of the stylists have worked on the military base, and then they come off and they open their own salons. So that's how I get my hair done. And I've had the same lady, New York salon in Pyeongtaek. I've had her for 3 years.
Comparing the USA to Korea, apart from the obvious, what's the biggest difference you've noticed?
That there's no police officers. No one else. I really like that. I really like to feel free. I really like to feel like that society trusts me to make my own decisions, and you never feel like a criminal. I really like that. And the biggest difference, the food. Oh, the food is a huge difference, because in America, I could actually stay thin very easily because there are diet versions of everything that we love. But in Korea, you have to eat, if you want to eat American food, it's full fat, or you have to eat Korean food. So that's difficult for me.
If you could change one thing in the world, what would it be?
If I could change one thing in the world, it would be that everyone is able to use their strengths to, everyone has the opportunity to use their individual strengths to improve the world. Whether it's science or medicine, there's a lot of powers that be that stop good for the sake of money and things like that, or they stop good so that they can use you to work in their companies. So they kind of educate you to work in their companies, things like that. So I guess that the world had a level of freedom and everyone used their powers for good. One person I'd like to have dinner with? Yes. I suppose the Obamas. They seem like really down to earth, and I'd like to have dinner with them. My proudest accomplishments would be
so far.
I would have to say my businesses, that they've survived. A lot of businesses come and go. Actually, I've had some businesses come and go, but I guess just I keep going. My earliest memory? I don't know. I suppose maybe a birthday party when I was maybe 2 or 3 years old. I remember the traditional Black family kids birthday party where you have hot dogs and Neapolitan ice cream, and that's maybe one of my first memories. If the world was listening, I would say be kind to each other, be authentic, and go for your dreams. Oh, I love how I get to say this. I really admire Korea's family structure, and that they know that family is the backbone of your society, and they really focus on family, and like that's the core. And you sacrifice for your family, and you trust your family. And I even like the hierarchy of that they listen to their elders, and then it circles back back around, and then the children will take care of their elders. And that is changing because they're a lot of the world are following Western society, and I wish that it wouldn't change, because I feel like that's why they've been able to go from poverty to a booming industry. It wasn't from anything else but that they stick with their family.
Where is your favorite place in Korea? Somewhere that you say is a must visit?
Seoul, and I like to go to the COEX. It's a huge mall. It has a huge aquarium, and it has one of the best movie theaters and shopping experiences, and like amazing food in the COEX, even like unlimited wine bars. It's just a great place. So I think I like running around the city. I'm not really from a city, so I really enjoy spending time in the city. I had a really great dating experience. I think that that's one misconception. I mean, it's not a misconception, but that's one fear Black women have coming to Korea, is that they will not be able to date. But I dated, but I also went out to the clubs every weekend. So like I didn't sit in my room. At that time, I really, stayed in shape and took care of myself. So I was confident, I suppose. And then, so dating was great. I was able to date often. And I met my husband just walking down the street. A lot of Koreans will if you travel the world, local people will just, start conversation with you. And that's how I met my husband. And he didn't think he was approaching me for dating, but we ended up falling in love. So.
Any advice for other women?
Yes, just like with every part of my life, even with business and family, everything, you just have to go into it positively and be smart about it. Like, you have to be smart and maybe follow some rules. If I were dating a Korean, I would follow a lot of rules. I would give myself a lot of rules and a lot of standards to follow, so that I can always feel respected by them. So I don't want to present it in a fairy tale way. I think that I always followed rules. The rules that you find in all those books that people like to ignore, I followed those rules, and I had a lot of success in dating.
Any advice for Black people that want to maybe move there to work or study?
Yes. If you come to Korea, come to teach English. It's a great experience, but I hope that you can come with other hobbies and other interests, because coming here to do that alone can be very boring and very depressing. So come here with other goals, such as getting your graduate degree or saving for a business or things like that, and so that you can put your teaching experience or your company experience in one box, and you have all these other things going on for yourself, so that you don't feel isolated or unfulfilled.
What's a common misconception about Korea?
I think the racism thing, and I feel bad saying that because I know a lot of people have a lot of bad experiences, but I think that the racism thing is something that's extremely overt, and that will make your stay here impossible. I think that you can build your own life here. Some people really, really want to be immersed in Korean culture, and if you do that, in my opinion, you may get your feelings hurt. So I would say keep it a balance between staying in touch with people that are like you, and learning about Korean culture very slowly and very carefully. That's what I would say. Yeah.
So you're saying a common misconception is that the racism is really, really bad?
Yes, because I feel like a lot of people will post in our different groups, like, how can you guys stay here with all this racism? And one part of it is you have to study the levels of culture shock. Because if you're at a certain level of culture shock, everything will bother you. Everything will really, really bother you. And then if you're able to get through those levels of culture shock, then you may be able to enjoy your time here. Okay, I do this thing, my superpower would be a concept called thin slicing, where I feel like I read people very quickly, and that helps you in business and it helps you in life, just to be able to read a situation very quickly and make life choices confidently and quickly without second guessing yourself. The biggest risk I've taken? I am very risk adverse. I know it would seem like I'm a risky person, but I'm able to see opportunity very clearly and then jump at it, and I don't see it as risk, because I've evaluated the situation and I know that it's like most likely going to be positive. You can find us at Honey Hair Korea on Facebook and Instagram, and also our website is naturalbeautykorea.com.
Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to share your story or have us visit your region, send us a message on any of our social media platforms or via our website.
That's good.